Welcome back. We're going to do the next video on the back, and again I'm going to use the same method. I need to know the shape. So this looks like this was made by stacking triangles, and I'm getting rectangular faces. So again, this is a prism. So anything in the universe, the volume of anything in the universe is the area of the base times the height. Same thing here. This is a rectangular prism. So the area of anything in the universe is the area of the base times the height, as long as I'm stacking the same shape. Here, the area of anything in the universe is the area of the base times the height, but these shapes, these rectangles, got smaller, so I got to divide by 3. This would be called a rectangular pyramid. Okay. Now, this thing, definitely see how I'm getting that square face or rectangle face? This has to be a triangular prism. So it was made by stacking triangles. So it's going to be the area of the base times the height. Prisms, area of the base times the height. Ooh, this is a cylinder because it's made by stacking circles. So same thing, the area of anything in the universe is the volume of anything in the universe is the area of the base times the height, but the base happens to be a circle. And so when we do this problem, the base is actually pi r squared because the base is a circle. Okay, this is a cylinder again. So the volume of anything in the universe, as long as it's made by stacking the same size shape, it's just the area of the base times the height. But once again, the base here is a circle, and the formula for a circle is pi r squared. Ooh, that's a regular rectangular prism. So that's my plain old generic formula. This is my pyramid. That's a rectangular pyramid. Notice it goes all the way to a point. So that's going to be the volume of anything in the universe is the area of the base times the height, but I have to divide by 3 because it got really pointy. Now, let's zoom in on 9 and try to answer the question here. So the area of the base is big B, and the base is definitely a triangle, a right triangle. So I need the base times the altitude divide by 2. That's our triangle. So the base is 12, the altitude's 19, and then I'm going to have to divide by 2. Okay, so that's the area of my base. So the volume is the area of my base, which is 114, times however high I stacked this. So it looks like this is how high I stacked it. Uh-oh, and now I'm realizing I may have made a mistake. 19 was how high I stacked it. 9 was actually this measurement back here. So I need to go back in and remove that 19. It looks like my base was 12, but 9 was my altitude. Oops. So let's go back and fix that. 9 was the altitude of my triangle. So now let's fix that. 12 times 9, divide by 2, I get 54. Okay, equals 54, divide by 2. So 12 times 9, 12 times 9 is 108. Divide by 2, and I get 54. Okay, so the volume of anything in the universe is the area of the base, which is 54, times however high I stacked it. So it looks like they definitely stacked it 19 high. So I'm going to take 54 times 19, and I get 1026 centimeters cubed. Yeah. Okay. Next, this is my rectangular prism. So the area of my base, you could think of the top or the bottom as your base. It looks like the base is 10 times 17, and they stacked it 4 high. And so it's interesting, in a prism, you just multiply the 3 numbers together. That's pretty familiar. So 10 times 17 is the area of the base. and then we multiply by the height. 680 meters cubed. Awesome. Now going to question 11. The area of my base is right here. So my base is a rectangle. So rectangle is just base times width. So it's 15 by 12. 180. So the area of my base is 180, and the height of this shape I made was 20. Okay, and then divide by 3 because it is pointy. So 180 times 20 divided by 3 meters cubed. Beautiful. Now, we have our triangular prism. This one's stacked a little weird. So this is my base here, and I gotta be very careful. This is my base altitude. Definitely an altitude. So I'm thinking like that last problem, that is 19, and my altitude is 9.3. So the area of my base is base times altitude divided by 2, because it's definitely a triangle. So 19 times 9.3 divided by 2. I got 90.25. So that's the area of my base. Now I have to say to myself, how high did they stack it? So it looks like they stacked it 15 high. See how that's all 15? So the area of my base, 90.25 times 15. They said round to the nearest tenth, so I'm going to round the 7 up to an 8 meters cubed. (1353.8 meters cubed. All right, now this is my cylinder, so that's pi r squared. Oops. But they gave me the diameter is 40, so divide by 2, I get 20. So it's 20 squared. So 20 times 20 is 400 pi. 20 times 20 is 400 pi. So the area of my base is 400 pi, and the height of how high they stack that is 11. So I get 4400 pi, but they wanted me to round to the nearest tenth. So I'm going to use my calculator to multiply by the pi button and hit enter. Okay, so I'm going to round that to the nearest tenth. It looks like 13823.0. 13823.0 miles cubed. I'm going to type that in one more time. So the area of my base was 20 times 20 times pi. Okay. 20 times 20 times pi. Okay, and then I went and multiplied by the height, which was 11. Yep, I got the same answer. Pretty good. Okay, next one. Oh, they did it again. Diameter is 14. So if I divide by 2, the radius is 7. So the area of my base is pi 7 squared. So that's 49 pi. Now that I know the area of my base is 49 pi, I'm going to multiply by the height, which is 11. So 49 times 11 is 539 pi. So my last step is just to multiply 539 times pi. I get 1693.3 to the nearest tenth yards cubed. All right, 2 more. I'm actually going to skip these, or we might be able to save these for class. So, oh, thank goodness, a rectangular prism. So the base, I could think of this as my base if I want. That's 4 by 11. So the area of my base is 44. And then it looks like they stacked it 19 high. So times another 19, and we should have our volume. So 44 times 19 is 8 0.36 inches cubed. We love those rectangle prisms because we just multiply all three numbers. Now rectangular pyramids, we find the area of the base, so that's a rectangle. So that's base times width. And so that's 17 times 18. So let's find out what that is. 17 times 18 is 306. So the area of my base is 306. And then how high did I stack those rectangles that got smaller? It looks like it's 17. Then I can't forget to divide my final answer by 3. So 306 times 17 is 5202. And then I want to divide by 3. Seventeen 1734 miles cubed. Thanks for joining us. That's it. Have a great weekend.